Hey everyone, we are Daeccen. My name is Jacob Cross. I am the keyboardist and producer for this band. I'm joined with...
Farr, the drummer of Daeccen.
And we are here today to do a tier list of our songs on this album. It's going to be a hot debate on which ones are the best ones. We've already kind of talked about this as we've worked on the album. Just like which ones we know are our favorites or which ones we think are the best. But we're going to go in order down the entire album and just talk about their qualities. We're including everything about the songs in this tier list. So we're going to be including the writing process, the name, the video and how it turned out, any problems that we've had, any things that we had to like go back and change after the fact, how smooth it was.
There'll be one song in particular where the problems
yeah.
really downgrade it.
Here's hoping the video doesn't get messed up again because of that song, which is cursed. But we will get there when we get there. But for now, let's kick it off. So let's start with the first song on the album,
Daeccen.
the titular song, Daeccen. Daeccen we came up with pretty late in the process. It was like halfway through the album.
Yeah, it was just one of those things where it's like, how do we start off the album?
Yeah. It had a different name. I think we were going to call it Anagram, but then we chose to do a different song called Anagram. I think that's what we did.
Something along those lines. I think we talked about this a little bit in the album commentary, but Daeccen, the way we ended up doing Daeccen was kind of an accident with Cadence, where initially when recording for Cadence on the DAW Reaper, I was just pulling back to the beginning of the song that you had sent to me before doing some drums on it, and it just sounded cool going in reverse. Yeah.
That was the first one that we did the reverse audio for, and then you found the Tool song or Dream Theater. Was it? It's Tool. That has the song with all the audio from like other tracks in the album.
Oh yeah, it was Dream Theater.
Dream Theater, yeah. And you heard that, and then you were like, "What if we just take the other songs and do the reverse sound, like in as like an opener?" And so that's where Daeccen came about. In terms of like the music, we knew that we were gonna do like some kind of ominous bell because it was like the bell
religious
tolling
undertones
for, like,
too.
Yeah, and for like funeral service because the album's about death, so we knew we were going to do that. I kind of did a melody sort of with the bells, just like doing a pattern. But overall, the song is kind of just an opener. There's nothing super special about it. I like the reverse audio; it's pretty cool. I like the alternating ears that we decided to do. I like the Twilight Princess sound effect to open, but.
I think a fun process of it was going through each song as we effectively were done with them and finding somewhere where it sounded cool in reverse.
Yeah, that was really fun part of the process. But in terms of like its overall quality as a song, it doesn't feel like a song. It just feels like it's an appetizer. It's just to get you in. And we could call it Daeccen because it's the first song for the band, for the album. But it doesn't really stand out on its own.
And thematically, it could be, the Daeccen character beckoning you into
that. Yeah, the Daeccen beckons, our social media, like, tagline kind of thing. So, yeah, it belongs in the album, but it's definitely not an S or an A. I put it in D.
Just an atmospheric...
Yeah.
Come along.
I think it's D for Daeccen.
That's...
Because it doesn't really feel like a song. It's just kind of there just to get you in the mood. But you wouldn't consider like, a couple chips before your meal as a meal. It's just like okay,
philosophical.
It's just chips and dip, very philosophical. Yeah. So anyway.
Was that Play-Doh?
No, it was dip, not Play-Doh. I don't eat Play-Doh. Definitely don't eat Play-Doh. Anyways,
delicious.
Next song.
Cadence.
You have some hot takes.
A lot of gripes. A lot of gripes with the song. Mainly just, again, I've talked about this in the album commentary as well, but it was first song that I had done in really anything other than 4. So going into something like 7, which I was used to just my intuition going along with how do I drum and not counting, finding a pattern that I could count out consistently was pretty hard to actually wrap my head around. So once I got something that felt good for the song, I kind of just stuck to it, and I kind of regret that because I kind of wish I could add a little bit more spice to the first half of the song, really.
Yeah, and I would have been all for like going back and like have you redo your drums, but when we worked on the song originally, it was in Reaper, and so we would have had to do the magnesium treatment and completely rebuild the song from scratch, which would have been hell. You would have had to re-record the entire song, and at that point we were already so far along the process, like it's not worth it.
I do remember there was a point where I was like really determined to redo it from scratch and then start adding spice into it, and then it just was the whole process of trying to transfer all those MIDI files over from Reaper to
it wasn't working.
FL,
it was like,
and I'm like, it's not worth it.
Yeah, it's like, do you want to re-record the entire song, or should we just like keep going? Yeah.
But I think the latter half of the song is very, very good. I enjoy the synth solo. I enjoy the slight variation to the drum pattern I did. That kind of Tool, kind of in some ways also a little Haken middle section.
Yeah.
It was a little genty for sure.
Yeah, for sure. My opinions on the song are very different because I'm fine with the drums. I'm not the drummer, so I don't hear the same issues that you do. I can tell it's simple, but for me, it's like it's the beginning of the album, not a big deal. For me, I really appreciate the song because of the challenge that I gave myself, which was spelling the band name with the melody.
Right.
I talked about it a little bit in the album commentary, but we didn't have a lot of time to really get into it. But everything is spelling the band name. So the chord progression is D-A-E-C-C-E-G, which G is the supplement for the N. The main melody is doing it. The bass line's doing it. All the guitars are doing it. Everything is spelling out the band name. And having that challenge to write a song in 7 was incredibly fun. And I think it came out really good considering that. But since the average person isn't going to catch that, I have noticed that like a lot of people are just like, this song's kind of odd sounding. Which is like, yeah, it's supposed to sound odd. But I do agree that like compared to the other songs, it is a bit of a tougher listen. It's an acquired taste. But in the latter half, I feel like it really hits its stride. And also, I had a lot of trouble with the bass. We had to get our friend Scarlett to come in, and she did the bass guitar and really saved the song, honestly. It was really boring without her bass. So shout out to her for that. But yeah, I feel like the song's just good. The ending synth solo that you decided that we should throw in, the baseball organ, that really...
I think it saved it.
That really saved it, yeah. Because it was like, the Scarlett bass save and then that synth solo, they both saved the song. I feel like now it belongs in the album, but it's definitely not our best. We were experimenting with something, it didn't quite work. I would like to come back and do another song in 7 and do it justice. But yeah, I think it's a good song.
Maybe B or C for cadence. I honestly think B because of the synth solo. I think that elevates it enough.
I've been leaning for like a long time. I had in my head it was like D for Deacon, C for cadence, and then everything else is above that. But the solo really did save it. And then the bass in the beginning is really good. I think the only downside is that your gripes with the drums, and yeah, I would just like to go back and do another song in 7 to do it better justice. But I think B. Yeah. B for cadence. I think it's good. Next one. Maintenance.
Icarus FOV.
Icarus FOV. You like this one a lot.
Oh, I love Icarus, yeah. We were talking about it today, about how this one started. Whether or not it was a drum pattern I came up with first, or if it was a melody you came up with first.
It was a little bit of both, I think.
I don't really remember. I do remember having a drum pattern inspired from Grim Salvo's song. And that was in the I guess it would be the chorus, right?
Yeah.
No. There's the intro. There's the verse.
It is the
Is that
chorus.
transition?
Because,
Yeah, I guess it
because
would be
there's
the
the
chorus.
solo. The solo is after that, so it would be the chorus.
Yeah. The chorus with the quicker was it 8th note, even 16th note. It's a faster hi-hat section with the little triplets in there.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I do remember that. I want to say we worked on the song at the same time. I want to say, but we worked on different parts. I came up with the chord progression, the and then you had the idea for doing that, and they might have even been different songs at that point, and then we just eventually like put it together.
I
Hard to
could see it
say.
being separate sections because the melody that you came up with that was more prevalent in the first half before the chorus. So you probably came up with that. I came up with the drum thing or the drum pattern. And it was just basically two separate sections of the song. And then we
and then we just
flipped,
segued
and
it.
then
Yeah, we just segued it together. But honestly, this song's really good. I feel like we did a really good job of capturing the theme.
Flight.
Yeah. We were like, this is a song about Icarus, and so we're gonna have flight, and yeah, I feel like we did a really good job with that. Drums and music. The beginning, like, crash, it was the cymbal swells.
Oh yeah.
In the
Yeah,
beginning
cymbal swells.
are perfect.
Yeah.
They're perfect for capturing that vibe of like.
Which was hard to replicate cymbal swells on almost every other song, but Icarus it worked out really well.
It was perfect for Icarus, and then we tried to do it again in other songs, and it just wasn't working. But,
mostly just because of the electronic drum kit.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
But like the guitars in the beginning, we found those wind chimes at the beginning that were really good. This one has sound effects, but unlike Harp View, it's not excessive sound effects. It's a good amount of sound effects.
Yeah, I could say that. I do feel like Heart View, which we'll get to next.
Yeah.
Maybe was a little over reliant on
Yeah,
it,
yeah. But for this one, I feel like we found a good happy medium. We have a nice calm beginning. It increases in pace, and then we have the solo, which I feel like the solo also really captures that feeling of flying. We have all the ups and downs, and then the triplet section in the middle, or not in the middle, in the latter half.
The hi-hats having the
That one elevates the
tambourine.
song. Yeah.
It has a tambourine on it, and it makes it sound like you're in this like wintry kind of wonderland.
Yeah. Oh,
You're scaling a mountain.
Yeah, that's the part when like the solo is swelling. I'm talking about the triplet section where it goes like the.
Oh, after.
Yeah,
After the
that part I
yeah.
feel like elevates the song even more because it's just such a fun little section in there. And then we have the complete time signature change, the breakdown. It's a fun song. It just goes.
It was fun to do that little you call it the triplets, well, just like threes, right?
Yeah,
it's not really triplets, but
That
was cool because it was. I remember you came to me. I came to you saying, "Here's an idea," which we got from Haken, on doing kind of a genty, weird transition between the chorus and the ending of the song. And you had asked for drums after you had came up with the threes, and I kind of just did random shit.
Yeah, I moved them around. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it was kind of hard to like what specifically do we do for each of the threes.
I remember I had to because I didn't know what instruments were going to be playing what, so I think it repeats 8 times. So every single instrument I had them doing 3 notes, scaling up in the scale. It's that's way anywhere it's like if I want a piano here, I would take this one like piano 2 sticking here, and then like bass 1, blah blah, and then I just would have to move them around. It was a little bit of a headache, but it came out really good.
I do remember
having alternating ears too.
Was it the hi-hat? I think it was the hi-hat that when I did to do the 3 for the hi-hat.
It only registered 2.
It only registered 2, but it sounded just fine because it's got the open close.
Yeah.
So a lot of things like that where little mistakes kind of turn out to sound better than what we had initially intended.
Yeah. The song is really good. I'd say the last thing that I really like about Icarus, before we move on, is I like that it doesn't repeat. every single section something new. We don't go back to a verse 1 and a verse 2.
Yeah.
It's like verse, chorus, solo 1, solo 2, middle section, ending, outro. It's just boom, straight line.
Yeah.
Feels like flying.
And coming back down.
Yeah. Really good song. I don't know if it's in my top 5 for me.
Yeah.
But it is good. I'd give it an
at least A.
I'd give it an A. Yeah. It's a good one. Mm-hmm. Okay, next. Heartview. The first song that we worked on.
First song.
It kind of just happened by accident. For me, I can just straight up say it's a B. Just immediately. Because, I said in the commentary video, we were holding back. I didn't put any guitars. The bass I was super light on. The drums we couldn't decide if we wanted to be heavy or like jazzy. We did a little bit of both. The synth solos are very good. The melody's catchy. The da 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 da. It's catchy and I do like it.
It's definitely a very standard song.
Yeah, it feels
pretty
different from the rest of the album for sure. It kind of stands out, and I don't know if necessarily in a good way. But it has a lot of things I do like the jazzy piano opening in the beginning with just like the heartbeat, boom boom. I do really like that. The synth solos are fun. The bass interlude is fun as well, and then the outro guitar. Little sound effect heavy, for sure. We were still figuring out what we want to do with sound effects.
Yeah, which I still think we should do sound effects, because that's kind of just the DNA of the band for sure. But we definitely were a little over-reliant on it. It was very much I have this idea, let's throw it in with a sound effect, because there's not, we couldn't figure out how to communicate that musically.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it, is that we needed the sound effects to capture the theme because we couldn't capture it musically. With Icarus, we only needed a couple sound effects, but the rest of the song feels like flying. Heartview kind of feels like a heart machine, but only kinda. Everything else kind of like ties it together. In terms of the music video didn't really elevate it too much. It kind of just kept it in the same ballpark.
That's I don't know if we mentioned that at the beginning, but that's like another factor for ranking these for sure. Is does the music video elevate it in any sort of way? And Heartview captures the themes, the vibes, but that's about it. Doesn't really help emphasize anything in particular. Yeah,
it's just a 4/4 song, 4 minutes. That's just Heartview, you know. I give it
as average as I can get. Better than Cadence or worse than Cadence?
I kind of want to put it below Cadence because of unoriginality. Because Cadence has all of these unique flares that wouldn't have happened if we weren't trying to be experimental. Heartview was just like, let's just write a song, 4/4, 120 BPM. Very
for the longest
basic.
time. For the longest time, I really liked Heartview.
Yeah, same.
A lot of other songs.
But it kind of dropped as we got better at what we were doing, and then it kind of dropped the ranks for me. But I still love it. It was the first song we did. It's going to hold a special place in my heart, but it is very middle of the road, which is a good place to start. I feel like you shouldn't shoot for like the best song immediately. You should like start somewhere basic, figure out what you're doing, and then get better.
And that's probably another factor in that too. Was Heartview was my first ever song that I've ever done, and I just started getting back into drums.
Yeah.
So having very little experience in both of those categories kind of does by default make this song a little bit more simplistic.
Yeah, and I was gonna say kind of the same thing. I do alt rock, pop punk kind of music usually, alongside some EDM and whatnot on the side. So going into like a jazzy kind of prog genre, I was definitely out of my element. Wasn't sure what to do. And then, like we were saying, with Icarus, that's when I really started hitting my stride of like, okay, I know what our sound is. With Heartview, I did not know the sound. I didn't know what synths to use and whatnot. So it holds a special place, but it definitely is middle of the road. So I'd say B.
No, anagram, going straight into fucking S.
I don't know if it's S, but it's a very high A, for sure, for me.
Yeah.
Because it's just so
fun.
good. It's fun.
It's fun.
It's a funny song. It's a funny song. It just Anagram happened because we had the idea for the like a I don't want to say hip hop, but like just like a little bit of a rap styled like piano with
It's-
like the EDM drums.
Yeah, it's born definitely of when we talked about it in the album commentary again as well. But Cure for the Itch by Linkin Park.
Yeah, that's what it was
very
called.
much-
We didn't know the
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Cure for the Itch. Yeah.
Cure for the Itch.
It has a little bit of that sound, and it was going to be. I started working on Anagram, but then I ended up writing Daeccen on accident. So Anagram went a different direction. Remember?
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, and then
Yeah, so we had to come up with another idea for Anagram, and that
Yeah.
was just I came up with some weird erratic drums where I programmed them to be a lot more electronic heavy and not less acoustic sounding.
and
And
no
I kinda
BPM.
just- No
at
beep.
all.
No, I gave you nothing but the
I had
drums.
nothing.
Yep.
But I
It
made it
worked.
work. Yeah, I just sat
And
down
you-
and was just like. do
And
it.
I remember being very surprised later, figuring out you barely did anything with my drums, like lining them up.
Yeah,
You-
I didn't rearrange them. I just snapped them on beat. That's all I did.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you sent me was off beat, and so I was just like, okay,
Yeah.
find a BPM, line them up, and then record everything else on top of it.
because that was really just me. Like I had a beat, I had a pattern in my head. I'm like, I'm just gonna rip some stuff.
Yeah, I
Some
mean,
shit, and then
yeah,
we'll see how it turns out. And
I was fully expecting to have you re-record it and redo it later, but what you sent me was fine, and it was like, it's fun, it's
Anagram
snappy,
was
it
just
resolves.
in and out,
Yeah,
quick.
Yeah, I mentioned in the commentary again, but I did it in 8 hours. I just sat down and just bam. I think I started with the 808 bass. Just did that as the background, layered piano on top of it. Did a couple tweaks with the piano because the chord progression's kind of unique, and then just added all those sound effects. Done. Again, sound effect heavy, but in a fun way. There's only like a minute 50, probably less. I think it's like a minute 16 actually. Short and sweet. So good.
I feel like I remember being very surprised the next day. You just here it is done.
It's like, oh yeah, by the way, Anagram's done.
Yeah, and it wasn't. We did add some other things onto it.
Yeah, there was a little tweaks, a couple tweaks.
Yeah.
Like the ending.
mainly the ending
In the beginning.
my wife's voice at the beginning, and then there was a sound effect that you did that wasn't a woo.
Oh
but
yeah.
I heard it as a woo.
Yeah, it was just like a woo, 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 just constantly.
Yeah.
I had to turn
Yeah.
that down. It's still in
Yeah.
there, but it's quieter now.
Because I don't know if it was specifically like when I was listening to my truck, it was a lot more boosted on my end. But when you had sent it to me, you're like, yeah, it's fine. And I listened to we should turn that down just a little bit. It's a little too annoying.
So, but yeah, it didn't take a lot of tweaks to get the song in a finished state, honestly.
And
And
then
it's,
after that, after you removed the woos, you put on some record scratching.
yes,
Is what happened.
yeah, I did add the record scratching after the fact because I wanted to channel a little bit more of that Linkin Park, and without having any idea on how to do record scratching,
Yeah.
without having like actual records to scratch. So, so I just found some sound effects and kind of like mimicked it as best I could. I think it came out really good. I really like the song, and I do mean it with it being an A because it's fun, it's short, it's sweet, it gets the point across, it's groovy. Like it's everyone's secret favorite. The only reason it's not their actual favorite is because it's so short. If we did a longer version of it, it would probably slap. So definitely
It was
wanna do
also-
something like it in the future.
A perfect song to go in between Heartview and Card.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
A good transition between the two songs.
It's a good little segue. Yeah.
Speaking of segue,
Segue card.
S. It's no question. There's no question. It's an S.
It is Cameron's favorite,
It's
without a doubt.
your second or third? Jericho's your first.
Jericho's
Barrel
first,
Root?
decided is second. It's probably in top 5. I don't think it's top 3 though. I think it's probably number 4. Because yeah, it's probably number 4. It's very good. I'm very, very happy with it, and I totally get why it's your favorite, but it's not my favorite. Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it's obviously my favorite because it's a drum.
yeah,
heavy song.
it's a very drum heavy song. Every
forward.
single section has unique drums, which is like kind of daunting for you to play in one go. But
Yeah.
it's super interesting to listen to because it's just constantly changing, constantly going. And we had a good amount of like back and forth on ideas. This one was like a lot of the songs are like you have an idea and then I execute and then expand on that. And then like come up with the melody, come up with the chords, come up with the progression. A lot of this one was
throwing stuff at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah, I want to say this one was the closest to being full 50-50, where like I had an idea and then you would expand on it, and then you had an idea and I'd expand on it. It was very back and forth. Just like, how crazy can we get with this song? And it came out really good. I really love the ending.
The
ending's so good.
It was originally gonna be with me doing some rides on it, with a melody that you came up with a long time ago.
Yeah.
The piano melody. But then I switched to the toms. Turned out way better.
And it goes into the next song so well. Like it's really good. And then the fact that we got the whole song in 7 minutes and 6 seconds for the 666 reference. Like,
which
really
card that just happened.
Yeah.
Jericho, which we'll talk about later. Jericho, we kind of had to force it to get to a specific time that.
Kind of, sort of.
In some ways, there was an initial time we had wanted first for another thematic purpose, but we just went way past it and we're like, all right,
keep going.
We gotta keep going. But Card started off as just a simple jazz song.
Yeah. There's the jazz section in the middle, and that was going to be the song. But at that point, we had 3 short interlude songs planned out, and we're like, we got to do something with Card. And so we decided to not do a jazz song. Because it wasn't really our style. We like heavier stuff.
Well, we love jazz, but I'm not good enough to be a jazz drummer.
I mean, same. I can only do so much jazz, and then I start to run out of ideas. But yeah, having that be one section, and then I had the idea for the call outs, and like the speed up countdown, so it's like reducing a note as it's speeding up. I built the guitar like dee 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 dee, and then you turned it into like a full on boss battle.
I think
from Cuphead.
that was the initial. After the jazz idea was your guitar riff.
Yeah, doing the boss battle against the devil kind of thing, and then we took it in different directions after that. But it's
I think you built out a lot of the verse effectively. The intro and the verse, you built a lot of that out before I even got to it.
Yeah, but I didn't have plans on where to take it though, and that's where your drums came in and like really directed it.
And then we did the ragtime section.
Yeah, you had the idea to do the piano solo rather than like a guitar because there was already guitars going, and then you the ragtime section. I had a whole plan. We had talked about it that it was going to be a halftime section where it was going to like drop in tempo and it's like da, 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 da. And Cameron was just like, let's just do ragtime, and so he just instead of doing halftime, he did double time. And it worked
complete
out
opposite.
Really yeah, complete opposite.
It works. It worked out better because it felt like we were doing that ramp up of like the fun of the card game, right? And then you come down on the next section. So it's another one of those build-ups comes downs. It's pretty natural in a lot of the songs that we make. And then at the same time, the ragtime section just felt silly enough that it made sense. It made sense.
Yep. And the fact that we did end up doing the actual like halftime breakdown in the end of the song, it makes them like stand out in their own way. But I do gotta say, once again, the synth solo I think is one of the best in the album. I don't know if it's the best. I know it's your favorite.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
But man, that one came out so good. We have like the heavy section, then we have the Gojira inspired like offbeat time, and then it goes straight into that synth solo, which again, this one has a music video, and the music video elevated the song even more. Oh. Cameron's gotta go. I guess I'll keep talking. But yeah, like the music video that we released really elevated the song because we found a whole bunch of footage that matched the solo without me needing to tweak anything. Do you remember that footage?
What was it?
The card music video synth solo footage. Like from that old movie.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
it was
yeah,
already
yeah.
spliced and cut, and we just put it was like a nightmare sequence, and we just put it on the synth solo, and it was flawless. It was perfect, and that really just elevated the song for me. Was that section because the synth solo was already so good, the song was already so good, and then the visuals for that music video were just awesome.
It was definitely the first music video that it felt like it elevated. The song itself.
Heartbeat was like, okay, this is kind of working, but Card was like, it's working. You know, getting the old copyright-free stock footage, not stock footage, but it's like old movies that are copyright-free now. No more royalties on them and whatnot, and it's so good. It's such a vibe.
And a lot of that footage, I believe, lined up really well too.
Yeah.
It was very very little splicing you actually had to do with it.
Yeah, it was very good. The song is really good. And then I mentioned in the commentary, but it's also a callback to like me and my brothers and our first little band idea, Dark Day, and then we changed it to Card, and it's a card game about the devil, and it's 706. The theme and like just everything about it's really good.
It works throughout the entirety of the song.
Yeah, and the fact it's the last one we worked on, and you can tell we really hit our stride with just like doing unique ideas and nailing it. Card is up there. I agree with S, because it's one of our best ones.
Cool.
But it's not the best.
We'll put it there.
The best.
we'll put Jericho.
The best is Jericho's Fault. It's magnum opus.
It is.
It is incredible how good it came out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard to really have any sort of arguments against it. I just feel like it is thematically resonant with the entire album, with the entire themes.
It's the heart of the album.
Like, Card is a little silly, goofy. It's still my favorite. But Jericho is pretty serious, but thematically resonant.
Yeah. I just love that it's the longest song and it's dead center in the album. And so it's like you listen to the first half, there's the last half, and then there's Jericho, just dead center. And it matches the artwork, it matches the theme, like you were saying. And it's the heart and the soul of the album. It wouldn't be the same without Jericho. And the fact that there's so much history behind Jericho, because I had that guitar riff, and I was going to use it for my own personal music, and then I ended up not being able to work it. And then sent it to you to work on, and then you came up with cool drums, and we just kept expanding. It was like, and then it went through different name changes, and it was going to be 7 minutes long because it was going to be the 7th song, and it was going to be in 7, but then we gave up on that too. And
that's kind of, we did 7 at the end.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. Fun little reference I didn't mention in the commentary video. The song's at 152 BPM, and it's the 7th track. So I made the song 15 minutes and 27 seconds. Again, another little thing where, like, and I didn't really have to force that. Like, once we had decided we were going to go over, like, 12 minutes, I think is what we were going for after 7. It didn't take that, it wasn't that hard to get it to go to 1527. And the fact that, like, everything just kind of lines up, it's the 7th song, 152 BPM, 1527. It's just, like, the 7 days in the story of Jericho. Which also I feel like was a really cool idea, just having the whole Bible passage, Joshua 6, just read in the middle.
Which was a good come down from the intensity of the first half of the song.
Yeah. And,
do you remember what, initially, what was it, the timing, how long was it supposed to be? It was 12 something because it was a Bible verse. It was like Joshua 12 something, right?
I think we were shooting for 13 actually, because like verse 13, I think there was something significant. I don't remember the verses off the top of my head, but I think we were shooting for 13 because what I had sent you up to that point with like the whole beginning of the song and then the reading section and then like a little bit of the heavy section afterward was around 13 minutes. And I was like, I think we're just going to end there heavy. But then you had the idea to do the Sky's Red inspired ending, where it's like, what if we just have a long section that's just like eerie with like synths and whatnot, and the type signature is weird, and that was a great choice. That was because that's the best part of the album in my opinion. That's my favorite section.
Wow, I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah, you should.
Well, you pulled it off. You pulled it off well.
I did pull it off. It was tricky.
It's very much this band is very much. I'm the ideas guy, and Jacob is the execution guy.
Yeah. Cameron comes up with a weird idea, and it's like, let's try it out. I do have ideas.
For sure.
Mine are definitely a little bit more tame. I have other songs that are coming up where I had ideas, but I love the weird, wacky ideas are Cameron's ideas because he listens to so much prog. And that idea of like, what if we just have that like that horn, and then it's in a weird time signature, and then I don't remember whose idea it was to have the song be in 7, but the horn in 8. I don't know if
that was your idea.
That was my idea? Okay.
Yeah.
So a little bit of our ideas combined for the ending there, and it's so good. It's such a cool section.
It is.
And music
I
video.
Yes. Also, music video. You obviously put a lot of work into for Jericho.
That was 5
2 or 3 days. Oh, really?
5. I was working on it a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
It was brutal.
Ooh.
Yeah, there was a couple of days where I was working on it. I don't think I gave you any updates because I was just working through it.
Right.
Working through
I was probably
clips.
doing a work day.
Yeah.
But and a little bit of background, I guess, is a lot of the footage that I had to find, most of it through Internet Archive, which can be a bit of a pain to try and actually find things that fit, because I don't know how to use Internet Archive very well enough. That there's something with like metadata you have to search through to be able to get the results that you want. A lot of it was me putting in a generic something, sort of words, phrase, whatever, to try to get what I need out of it.
Daisy is barking. Say hi.
But I really love the thumbnail that we got. For Jericho, where
there was so much.
I remember just skimming through, which was a majority of my work for trying to find footage, was just finding something relevant. All right, cool, this is relevant enough. Let me skim through it, see what kind of footage we can actually use from this. And I remember seeing the soldier holding the cross with the completely like dilapidated, burned down city behind him. I'm like, that's 100% perfect. That is exactly what we need for this song.
Yeah. And that shot's obviously incredible. That's why we put it as a thumbnail and then added the red. But there was so much footage in there that was really good. A lot of footage that was really bad and we couldn't use because it was too violent, too gory, too disturbing. We wanted the song to be disturbing because that's kind of the theme, is that war, no matter what, even if it's religiously justified, it's always wrong.
Justified in any way,
any
sort of excuse that you can come up with to justify war.
It's always bad.
Culturally, religiously.
Yeah. So we wanted the song to be disturbing. It's supposed to be upsetting. But there was a lot of footage that we couldn't use because it was just too much. It was kind of brutal, actually. Like I know me and you were definitely kind of like, ugh. There's a couple of days where it was like we talked a little bit quieter because the footage we were going through was like, ugh. But
I had some really crazy experiences looking through Internet Archive.
Yeah. But
lack of a better word, fucked up shit.
Yeah, fucked up shit for sure. But I feel like we did a good job of capturing like the brutality of war without going too excessive, and I feel like the video came out so good. I'm very proud of it.
Which, with that being a factor, completely elevates this to the top.
Yeah, the song was already super fucking good and just like a magnum opus, and then like the music video being just like perfect. It's just the best song.
Which I remember I had the idea for the heavier section, the chorus reprise, where I was emphasizing your lack of instruments in specific places with the toms. I'm like, we gotta do it in the music video. We gotta have some sort of like bomb or explosive
the
drop during
off.
those specific ones. Yeah.
I feel like I did a pretty good job of lining those up. A lot of it was accidental lining up, but yeah, everything about the song is so good. And before we move on to the next song, because this song's long, there's a lot to talk about. I just gotta say, like the beginning with the marching and just the ominous sound, it really just like builds you up. That's like, oh, this song's different from the other ones. Some of the other ones I feel lighthearted for the most part.
A little goofy.
Aside from maybe like Daeccen at the very, very beginning, but it's just a bell tolling. This one is like, oh, this one's gonna be kind of upsetting in a way. And then like the dissonant guitar solos, which are just like, not in the right key. You have multiple keys layered on top of each other in some sections where like the bass is doing one thing and then the guitar's doing something else. You have the piano chords being dissonant and they're just like slamming in the reading section. You have the dissonant guitar solo at the end, which is like elevating a key with the guitar riff, and then you have the outro, which is like different time signatures. The song
Weird
is just
synth.
Yeah, the song is just like kind of uncomfortable, but it's really fucking cool. So I think Jericho is just, I don't think anything would top Jericho.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, but the next song is very good though. Summerly.
Yeah. Which you could talk about because that's really a lot of that you did.
Yeah,
most of it was you.
I knew that even though like it's a duo band with other people helping out, of course. It's mostly a duo band, but I was like, we can't have drums just going crazy in every single song. We need to have a breather, not just for like the music, but also for your sake. So if like we play these back to back, it's like have a song where it's like no drums for a bit, breathe. We did decide to add drums in the latter half, but for the most part, it was just going to be like a calm song. And this is another one of those songs where I feel like I captured the theme very well because we decided on the name Summerly. There's lore behind that name. Go watch the album commentary video to go behind that name. But we chose the name Summerly. And it was like, okay, so it's about summer. And it's like, we can start talking about the seasons. And it's like, what if it's about the seasons passing? And so there's 4 sections, and each section is its own season. I feel like I did a really good job capturing each of those seasons. Yeah. Each of them have their own instruments.
Winter, or the fall, winter, spring, summer. You can tell that each one it captures exactly the feeling.
And I feel like the instruments we chose. I think you came up with using the mandolin. I think you had mentioned you wanted a mandolin in a song.
Yeah.
And then I decided to use it in Summerly.
That or a shamisen. I think maybe we'll try to do something with the shamisen later.
I think we can do that. I think I have one song that could work for that for the next album. But anyways, for this one, we mentioned a mandolin, and I found a pretty good MIDI one. It's
pretty convincing.
Yeah, with the fast drumming, and I threw that into Summerly, and that captures autumn super well. It just feels like fall, like leaves falling, and then the synths capturing winter, just feeling like cold. And then spring with the piano and the acoustic guitar, and then the summer section, which the summer section is really good. Fitting that the song is called Summerly. Yeah. And the drums come in with the heavy guitar, and the drums are really good. I know you really like the drums.
I at first I didn't. At first it was another one of it felt like another one of those cadence situations where I feel like I didn't do enough. And I think that we went maybe like 2 or 3 songs after that one where I came back and I'm like, I need to add something. I need to do something different. I'm pretty sure it was after Decided, because there was a specific drum pattern that I did between the ride and the hi-hat that I did in Decided Anathema that I felt like I could kind of retool for Summerly, which I did. I included that in. And after doing that, and like nailing this, like I said in the album commentary, my favorite drum fill.
Yeah. And then go back into like the previous pattern. Yeah. It's a really good song.
I think it definitely helped elevate my personal ranking for Summerly at the very least, which I think A.
Yeah. It would feel wrong to put Summerly in B for sure. But
because it's better than Cadence. It's better than Heartview.
Is it above Icarus though?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
I think for me they're around the same, so I'm fine with putting it there. They're in the same ballpark for me. Really pretty song.
Not super much to talk about. Maybe just a little bit of the ending turned out pretty well as well. Yeah.
Musically, I didn't have any problems with it. It was just like we needed a song about seasons, and I just like messed around with some chord progressions. There is one thing I can mention about the song. Well, 2 things. So at the ending, there's multiple melodies that are played throughout the song, and at the end, they're all layered and playing at the same time. I think that's a really cool section because it's chaotic, but like everything kind of like snaps together and works. The last thing is the guitar in the beginning. I messed up the MIDI at one point because it was supposed to strum this like dun 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 dun, and I was messing around and moving things around in the song, and I moved a note, and now it does the dun 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 dun. That's syncopated, and happy accident. I did not intend to do that, but it sounds so good that we just kept doing it throughout the song. Things like that, throughout the album we have happy accidents like that, and that was another one that I feel like elevated a bit. Yeah, I just feel like it's just a good song, so A fits.
Yeah. Cool.
Next one.
Decided. You can also start talking about this one. This is kind of another one of your babies.
Yep, this one's my baby. Before even going to the song, I'm like, is it S or is it high A? I don't know. I'm kind of juggling between either. It's like right in the middle. So, but but we'll talk about the song a bit. Yeah, this song's my baby. I had the melody idea for like 10 years. I've just been sitting on it. Because I just came up with the melody. It was inspired by Pink Floyd, Sorrow. And but I didn't know where to take it. And so now that we're like, I started a prog band with you, it was just like, well, let's do something with it. Because Pink Floyd's prog, we can figure something out. And then I mentioned in the video that, and I'm going to clear it up, this one is the most seamless. Fro Roots also seamless. But less seamless. I said they're both seamless, but this one was definitely the smoothest because we literally just did section, done.
We started out with your melody on the synth, immediately went to a come down, to a nice, smooth kind of ride, heavy, slow bass section.
There was no debate on what we were going to do next. It was just like, and then we do this. Okay. Because like with Feral Root, it was smooth, but we did go back and change things. This one, most of
decided because it is your baby. It was you did a melody, I came in with the drums.
Yeah,
you did the melody, I came in with the drums.
I had the melody, vision in line, but the thing is, like, I had a vision, and you were just like, you like full trusted me on it. You were just like, do it.
Well, and really cool. It seems like you pretty much liked everything that I threw in too.
No complaints. The only person that had a problem with your drums was you, actually, because you put the fills in the wrong spot, and so we were like, okay, take the fills, put them here. That's all we did.
That was less of like a personal thing. That was more of just because we had the fade out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I can't have my best fills at the end when you can't even.
We gotta have the good ones audible. Yeah.
Yeah.
But aside from that, though, it was just such a smooth experience, and there's so much expression in the melody. Because like there's very little repetition, and the repetition that there hits like a trap. That beginning synth and then the ending solo synth doing the same pattern, bringing it back. It's so good. I feel like it really captured what I was going for 10 years ago, and the fact that we were able to bring it back. It fits the theme well too that we're going for of like someone being pushed out of heaven. It captures that vibe and just like it feels heartbreaking in a beautiful way. Like it has a sadness. The song sounds kind of sad,
melancholic for sure.
Melancholic, but also kind of epic. That ending like swell with the bass going and the synths and the guitars. I feel really cool. That section is why I want to do S. But does the rest of the song elevate enough to be S?
We could call it a low S, high A.
If anything, I would put it above Anagram because Anagram's really good, but I think Decided is just a gorgeous song.
I can lean a little bit more towards your favorability, and I can say a low S. Because with the fact that it flowed really well, there was almost no struggle with the song. It just you knew exactly where to take it. I trusted you. I just did the drums. You trusted me. It worked out really well.
Even mixing it, like it was one of the easiest songs to mix because it just sounded so good already. I think the only thing was the bass was too loud because I boosted that bass way too much. You were like, calm down. Turn down bells are okay. Turn it down a little bit. Yeah. But it's a smooth song, and that's one that like I hope people like. There's ones I know people will like, but that one I'm like I really hope people like that one because that one feels like the most personal for me. That one's my.
Which is why everybody's gonna hate it.
Fuck it. Okay, well as long as they like Jericho, right? So anyway, so
Feral Root.
This one I also don't know where to put.
I mean, it's really good.
It's
really good.
So good.
It is really good.
It's so good.
I do like.
This was more of you.
Initially, yeah. Heartview and Feral Root, both of the first two songs that we had wrote, both were in the same style, effectively, I guess. Writing style was I came up with a drum pattern, Jacob came up with a melody, and kind of we built it like that. Kind of back and forth, more of just me, drum pattern, him melody, drum pattern, melody. And that whole intro was one where I came up with the bass little tom section, and we just added one more thing for every couple of phrases. Added one little tiny thing extra. It felt like a great build-up.
The bell. The bell.
Yeah.
The bell was a problem. The ride bell was causing you issues, but it's such a good change. I think I'm the one that pushed you to do that because you weren't going to do it. And I'm like, you gotta do it.
I wasn't going to do it because of electronic jump kit. It has its own issues. It was a consistency problem. I could consistently hit the bell while doing this pattern.
Yeah, but it wouldn't register.
It detecting me, actually doing it in the correct place because there's like one little tiny spot. I remember for a little bit I put like a little piece of tape on it so I can know exactly where that spot was. But yeah, the ride for that in particular. Happy Accident again, where it sounded like an anvil.
Yeah,
like some sort of smithy just smacking an anvil with his hammer. Turned out really well.
It's kind of interesting that like the whole song feels very woodsy, like I lack of a better term, Nordic. It feels like it has that
fantasy.
Yeah, it feels like it has that vibe, and so somehow the anvil just works. With it, even though that's a very metal, like human thing, and the rest of it sounds very nature. Yeah, that ride bell really elevates it, and I'm super proud of the guitar pattern. That chord progression just sounds so good. The nylon guitar at the beginning is just like so smooth. It's clean. The song is clean. Unlike Heartview, which was like simple but felt a little basic, Feral Root is clean simple. It's in 4/4. It's only like 115 BPM, but it's so clean sounding. And then the middle change up with like that branch snap, it just goes that synth. That section is just so groovy. It's different, but it's like keeping that same momentum. And then the ending, Cameron's
sax.
Really good idea to do a sax.
Yep.
The only downside to the sax idea that you had was you wanted to do it in more songs, and I was like, we gotta just do one. We gotta make it special,
Yeah, I love saxophone so
yeah,
much. It works so well in so many different rock and metal songs.
Yeah, and I think just keeping it in one song though really elevated it, especially in the latter half of the song, because in the latter half of the album,
it's unexpected.
It's not expected. Yeah, exactly. And it really elevated it. The guy who did it, Kevon Scott, did a great job with it. I wrote the initial melody, he recorded it, and just like nailed it first try. And yeah, it's just it's a clean song, really clean.
There's very little complaints. Besides one change I did have to make in the middle, where that after the branch snap,
it got a little
repetitive.
Yeah,
it was too repetitive.
Yeah,
where I needed to come back and spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, but Farr was just really good. I don't know if it's S though. I want to say it's high A, probably above Anagram for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like Decided has that epic feeling where it opens up and you're like, holy shit. Feral Root never has that moment, but the whole time you're bobbing your head. You're like, this is a groove. This is.
It's very just sit down, listen to in the background. You can appreciate it if you want. You can sit there and like really dissect it and listen to it if you want, but you can just vibe to it very easily.
The trend I'm seeing with like the S's and the high A's is, would we do a song like it again for the next album? And all of these are yes. A Card is so experimental. Jericho is this long masterpiece song that's like the heart and soul. Decided has those epic moments and it's just like smooth all the way through. Feral Root's just like calmer but also really smooth listen. And then Anagram's the fun, silly one.
Fun, goofy.
Yeah. All 5 of those are like ones we would want to try again.
I mean, even Icarus. Icarus is still one of those kind of epic.
Icarus is like Decided, and I feel like Decided nailed it better than Icarus though.
Maybe two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, but they're in a similar ballpark. But yeah, all of those just like capture that, like what we wanted to do. That's our sound. The other ones were like we tried something, didn't necessarily work as well, but those ones are like the Daeccen sound that we're going for.
Sure, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we shouldn't go out of that comfort zone.
We should definitely try new things.
I still like to do Anagram. I would still like to do Summerly, Heartview kind of things again.
Yeah. Obviously, sometimes you're going to try stuff and it's going to go out of the ballpark, and sometimes it's just not going to work as well, but that's okay. It's all about iteration.
Yeah, speaking of not okay.
I was waiting for you to segue into it. Okay, check your recordings. Make sure everything's recording, because this song is cursed. Even the album commentary got messed up because of this song. Every single time, it's recording.
Still recording.
Every single time that we have worked on this song, something bad has happened. like things aren't recording correctly, things are breaking. You would send me symbols and they're the wrong symbols. Or the time signature information would get like broken. My tempo information would get messed up. Just
mainly technical problems.
Mainly technical problems. Like even your drum kit would like at one point it would break and you would have to like put it back together because like the kick wasn't registering correctly or something, or like
it was the hi-hat.
The hi-hat,
yeah.
Even in the mastering phase, we were almost done with the album. We were like going to send it, and then I put in like the drums, and it was an old version of the drums that weren't supposed to be there. And the Cameron Cotty, he's like, "These aren't the right drums," because you. The song's in
because it starts the old version and the new version start out similarly. So when you first start to listen to it, okay, cool, it's the new version. But then you go more than like 20 seconds and you're like,
wait a minute.
Hold up.
This doesn't line
Wait a minute.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, the song's a nightmare.
Yeah.
But putting that to the side for a moment, let's just
Sure.
talk about the actual finished product. I'd
like
say
it.
the song's good. It's good. It was our first attempt at doing something heavy. We did it in 6, which I feel like 6 sounds really cool. It has a cool vibe to it. 6 is always just like the 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and that feels really cool for like this song. And we had some. This is where we first started doing ideas. I'd say this was like a bad attempt at doing card. Was Mechanethium. We had a bunch of like interesting ideas for time signature changes and like tempo changes, but we just didn't execute it as well.
Stuff with the organs.
Card.
Yeah.
The mistakes we made in Neck made card better.
Sure. Yeah, I can absolutely agree to that.
My cat just let herself in. Hi, Athena. Yeah, Neck just like had a lot of issues, but I feel like the end product's really good. I do really like the latter half of the song the most.
I don't remember though who started this one.
I think we agreed it was you. I think we agreed it was you. You did the dun dun dun, bum, 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 and then I did guitars based off of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
but
because this was before Icarus.
I don't hate the beginning of the song anymore, mainly just because of
you re-recorded the whole thing.
I'm redoing the whole thing, keeping the same idea throughout the first half, but really spicing it up. That I was very proud of coming back to that.
This is my cat.
Hi, Athena.
This is Athena. Say hi to Athena. Yeah, the drum changes you made were really good. They were good. It was a good decision to go back and redo it. I'd say that was another save the song situation like Cadence.
Yeah.
Where if we didn't do that, I feel like the song would be a lot lower.
Well, I mean, unlike Cadence, Mechanethium really needed it.
Yeah.
It was a little still too basic. Cadence, at the very least, is somewhat complex with it being in 7. Mechanethium in 6, not super simple, but it's also a pretty common time signature, right?
Yeah. Yeah, 6, 3, 6, 4, 8. Those are all like kind of common. She's being a nuisance. I might need to kick her out. What I was thinking of while you were talking about that though is I think Neck is the only song that almost got scrapped. Every other song I don't think was going to get scrapped, but Neck we actually debated cutting it because it was just like not working.
Pain. It was a pain.
Yeah, we ended up saving it and we decided to put it in because the ending is really good. I still really like how it resolves at the end with like the marching, that synth pattern at the end.
And I did redo the marching.
We did the marching and that really helped.
Drums. Yeah.
He redid the middle drums as well. Yeah, but Neck almost didn't make the cut. And so I think it suffers because of that. Is it C or is it B?
I'd say it's a B. I
Yeah.
still if I listen to it, I still enjoy listening to it.
Yeah, it would have been a C if without the fixes that you did. But yeah, it's definitely
Is it more enjoyable to listen to than Heartview?
Oh, that's actually a tough question.
Uh-huh.
I think Cadence is still above because the Cadence has that really sick synth solo. But Heartview, is Heartview below Neck? I kind of want to say yeah.
Yeah, you think so?
Simply because Neck we tried to do some stuff, It cost us hell, but we tried. We experimented. We did some unique stuff. Whereas Heartview, like I said, we kind of held back.
Possibly another factor is overexposure. Heartview, I feel like we have listened to way more than Mechanidium.
We've been working on this album for a year and a half, and Heartview was the first one we did, and we took a lot of like intermissions in our process, hiatuses where we like weren't working, and so Heartview was just always there, always just da 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 da. So I think we're getting a little sick of it after so long of listening to it. So I think Mech goes up a bit. But yeah, they're definitely not any higher than that though. I think Cadence still beats it out. Even though you don't like the first half of Cadence, I think the latter half of Cadence is better.
Saves it.
Than Mech.
Yep.
Yeah. Interesting. I was not expecting that. Okay, time to kick her out. Bye, Athena. Goodbye. Get. And now, my other baby. Decided, and this one are my babies. Card is your baby, and so is which one's your other
Jericho's
baby?
your baby.
Well, Jericho's our baby. Jericho, I feel like we both put in a lot of work in.
It's fair enough.
But I know for you, Card and Icarus were like the ones you were really into, and Decided and Far Cross were the ones I was really
Summerly, I came back around on, for sure.
But Far Cross, I love Far Cross. I think it's probably number 5. It's in my top 5. My top 5 are Jericho, Decided, Feral Root, Card, Far Cross. I think those are my 5. Because Far Cross, I'm just so happy with how the piano came out. I think my vocals came out really good, considering it was like a first try. The lyrics we both worked on, and they just came out really good. Didn't have really any issues with them. They're definitely very obscure in like the meaning. Like when I say an anagram of cards, what does that mean? I have a general idea of what that means, but it's definitely like
I still don't even know.
Okay.
Yeah. Very, very esoteric.
Yeah, very esoteric. But I think it has a cool vibe, and I definitely want to do more esoteric lyrics going forward if we do more vocals, which I think I want to.
Surprise.
Well, if and when we do more vocals, then I think I want to do lyrics like this. But the fact that we snuck in all of the, not just the song names, but their alternate names, their unscrambled names.
Not Floor Heater.
Not Floor Heater. Yeah, I
couldn't put that in anywhere.
I couldn't sneak in Floor Heater. I couldn't sneak in Manager. But the fact that we were able to sneak in most of the names, like both versions in there, was really cool.
I feel like Feral Root ended up pretty well with that, that lyric.
Your heart's field of view, sneaking the Icarus reference twice. I think that came out pretty good. And then you had a lot of lyrics that weren't song titles that were really good, like mentioning of detritus in the ocean, and then
which came back around on Icarus.
Yeah,
like Icarus was a piece of detritus.
Yeah, in the water, and then the mentioning of like the vermin chew on the sinew. On the wires and sinew. Yeah, like just a lot of really cool lyrics in it. And I feel like I'm a pretty decent singer. I don't consider myself like a great singer because I still have a lot of things that I'm not very good at. I have a very limited range. I don't have vibrato.
I can't admit to you that you're any sort of good singer because your ego's already up there.
Come on, man. You can say a little bit. You can at least say you like it, which I feel like you do.
I do. It at least hits with this specific song with the fact that this is dedication to really anybody that's been lost
soldiers
in your life.
Yeah. Soldiers is
that's the overarching. Yeah.
But just in general, loss.
I connected to it a little bit more with the passing of my grandma. For sure.
It definitely captures that kind of like somber tone without being like just full on depressing. Like it's not full on grieving, but it's definitely somber. But yeah, I feel like it captured pretty well. You seem to like my singing style when it's with a more calm song rather than me trying to like write a song about an ex. Those ones you're like,
you don't say.
I'm not really
you
a big
don't
fan.
say.
Yeah, I know you don't really like those ones, but with this kind of style, I feel like you liked the vocals, which I'm glad because I'm pretty happy with them. The whole process was not hard at all. I think the only problem we had with your drums was the crash was just way too overpowering.
Yeah, overpowering.
We kept having to battle it and like turn it down.
Yeah.
But I think it came out really good, and I still stand by. I think it was a great choice to have it end on this one.
Yep. Yeah.
And the fact that it's the only one that isn't an anagram of a phrase. The cadence is like, kind of...
You can make a case for it.
You can make a case for it.
Yeah.
But this one, the fact that it's the only one with vocals, it's the only one that's not an anagramized name. It's our last names put together, Farr and Cross, and then it's only piano, it's only drums. Like, it's we put a lot of ourselves into this song, and I think that's why it really resonates with me. Yeah, and then even just like cutting the vocals out in the lyrics, I think musically it's really cool. Not super over the top crazy like some of the other ones, but I think it's just like a nice piano melody, really like
simple enough.
Drums.
Also, I didn't really have to go any super crazy drums on this one either, because it was a nice slow melancholic song.
Yeah, I think it's in 4/4, so it's just like it was just very, not in a boring way, but just like it was clean, like Feral Root, but more somber. I think it still holds a special place for me. Also
a little fun to do backing vocals for you.
Oh yeah, the veil. Yeah, I had to walk you through how to do it. The first try.
Experience with that too.
Yeah, but I think that's cool that we both put our voices into it. Our voices are similar enough to where it's really hard to tell which backing vocal is yours. But I can hear that like we're both singing Veil, the same way that we're both talking in Jericho. Yeah, I just feel like we put a lot of ourselves personally into Far Across, whereas the other ones we were like, this would be cool to talk about. Far Across felt more like a personal song, and I think that's why it resonates with me. As far as where to put it, it's not S.
No.
It just it doesn't have the grandness. I want to say below Feral. Above Anagram.
I want to say Anagram's better.
Anagram's better than Far Across. I guess I tend to lean towards sad things. But my favorite media, favorite movies, favorite games, favorite music is always just somber. I like that
sad boy
vibe.
Sad boy hour.
Sad boy hour. Yeah. I like the seriousness of that kind of tone. But at the same time, you need to have humor, and the fact that Anagram's in there is really fucking funny. I don't know.
How often do you go back to listen? Like, when you go back to listen to the album, which I know we haven't really done as we've kind of closed out working on this album, how often do you start, or even like a second choice is Far Across?
Pretty often, I'd say.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
More than Anagram. But when I do want to, like, I do love listening to Anagram, Card, Jericho back to back. I love doing that. Listening to those three back to back is also really fun. So I don't know. That's why I'm like, maybe I'll just leave it up to you. I'll leave this to be your call, because I love Far Across. I could easily put it above Anagram, but I don't think I could put it above Feral. But
I think it's got to be just below Anagram.
Yeah.
Maybe even equal.
Yeah.
Because they're also
This is
polar opposites. They're polar opposites.
Yeah, they're polar opposites, and for me, this is like Summerly Icarus, where you could flip them, and I wouldn't be dissatisfied with either way. So just having them all in A, I think is good. And the fact that most of the songs fall in the A range, and only 3 didn't quite make the A cut, I think is good. And then
Daeccen doesn't count.
Then Daeccen doesn't count. Daeccen's in D by itself. And then we didn't have any songs in C. I think it's pretty good. Obviously, we're biased because it's our album. But I feel like we tried to be as objective as possible, considering everything.
We're also relatively critical about our own work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and we're critical of each other, too. So I think...
Yeah, mainly you and me.
Listen, man, it was one time. Watch the album commentary and you'll hear me laying down over that. But, yeah, I feel like we were pretty objective. Tried to ignore our biases a bit, but we definitely have our personal favorites. What are your top 5? I said my top 5. Again,
top 5.
Mine was Jericho, Decided, Feral Root, Card.
There you go.
And then Far Across. I was like, it's not Far Across 4. I know Far Across is 5. Card, Far Across. Those are my 5.
For me, it's 5? Card. Card, I obviously easily. Jericho, easily. I think it's kind of hard for them not to be in top 2. I know not for you specifically, but for me. Card, Jericho, Icarus.
Checks out. What's number 4?
Decided is up there. Yeah. I do like Decided a lot.
And
then Summerly Anagram, like I'd put Summerly and Anagram together, to be honest with you.
Huh. Interesting. I knew that Summerly was up there for you, but I wasn't sure. Pharaoh Root's not in your top 5. That's kind of interesting to me.
Yeah. Well, that's a hard one, right? Because that feels like it belongs in there, but every time I go back to listen to it, I'm listening to the middle half of the album. You know?
Yeah.
And I skip over Mick.
You skip neck and you skip cadence. I skip heart for you.
That's fair.
I go from Icarus straight to Anagram.
I do like Pharaoh Root a lot, and maybe I'll change my views on that.
It's a mood thing for sure.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's not like a song you can just put on and listen to in any mood you're in. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we have very similar lineups, but the fact that like all of our favorites are definitely like in the SA tier for us checks out. Yeah.
It also helps verify what our sound is, right? If we're both in that camp of knowing exactly what we want to do.
Yeah. Our top ones are definitely the ones we consider to be the best, and then the rest of them are what we consider to be SA tier. And then, so going forward, we know what doesn't work, and we can kind of try to avoid that going forward. Because I really want the next album to be like all bangers, if we can. Like,
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, because this was the first album. We were experimenting, we're figuring out our sound, but now I feel like we have a system in place, with just the two of us. Obviously, we're talking about having more people join, and so that's gonna like throw some wrenches into our plans. But
hopefully, I really really hope that we can have these other people joining.
Yeah, that'd be huge.
Having more voices that
even
are
if it's part time.
Yeah, I mean, similar mindsets. I think we have a lot of. Not even specifically similar mindsets. Like, yes, but bring something outside of your influence, right? Outside of what we have.
Yeah.
Let's see how we can implement it.
Yeah, because
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, so I think just having more minds on this could be like interesting. But yeah, it's cool that we have a baseline of like what we want to do going forward. So yeah, that's the album Daeccen. I think it's overall an A. I think that's what we would rate it.
I'd give it a D for Daeccen.
D for Daeccen. Oh no. I'd say it's an A album.
I'm proud of it. I'm
very proud of it. With my own personal solo stuff, I think only one other album is like competing with it for me on if I like the process of working on it more. Lost was for me. My solo album Lost was a really fun process. Shout out to my music, Jacob Cross music. That album was really fun, but this one's up there for sure. I had a lot of fun with some of the new things I did with like making, like me and my brother making the album art and not just me taking a photo and then using that, and then actually going through the process of mixing properly for like streaming platforms so it would sound good on everything, and then dedicating more time to trying to do like these actual music videos instead of just like a looping video, which we did do looping videos for some of the songs, but we want to do like actual proper music videos, which we have more coming on the way. But yeah, this whole album was super fun. Yeah, very good.
enjoyed working with you. See you on the next one.
see you on the next one. But yeah, that's all for this video. We are planning on doing some more videos. We're going to go a little bit more in depth into the actual process and production. We want to do like some behind the scenes, open up project files, show our DAW, our workstation, so you can see the chaos that is the music.
Mainly yours, because I handle the drums.
Yeah, but, you'll see my drum. You'll see your drums in my DAW.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so we're thinking about doing that. I don't know if I want to do individual videos per song or just do like part 1, part 2 of the album. But we'll figure out what we're going to do. But we do want to do that, and then at some point in the future when we have time, we want to do actual like playthroughs, so you can like guys can watch us actually like play through. But we're busy. We have a lot of music projects as well as personal lives that we have to deal with. So
I got a lot of work.
Yep, you got a lot of work. I got a lot of school. But thank you for watching this. Thank you for joining with the album commentary as well. If you haven't watched that, go check that out. And if you haven't listened to the album, why are you watching this? Go
What are you
listen
doing
to the
here?
album. Yeah.
Get out of here.
You have no context for anything we're talking about. There's gonna be some music playing when I edit this, but like, go listen to the album.
What are you doing?
Thanks for joining. We're Daeccen,
Have a good day.
and have a good day. Bye.
All right, fuck the fans.
I'm putting that in.
No!